What's going on, you guys? My name is Zach Hartley, and in this video I want to share with you my strategy for how I use a stop loss. Here is everything you need to know. Let's go. Okay, so first of all, what is a stop loss? A stop loss is an order to exit your position if the trade does not go as planned. Every trade that you enter needs to have a plan, and that plan should include a stop loss as well as a take profit level where you're going to lock in those gains and take money off the table. Now, why is it important to have a stop loss? Number one, it limits your risk. It protects you from bag holding, and a bag holder, somebody that rides a losing trade all the way down and holds a losing stock all the way down, and that is what we want to prevent, because that is the worst case scenario. You not only lose money on the trade, but you lose on the opportunity to invest that money somewhere else and make money, and so it's a double whammy. It's the worst case scenario, and a stop loss can prevent that scenario. It also allows you to define a clear risk to reward ratio, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the video. But first, we need to talk about where do you place your stop loss. So for me, what I have found to be most successful is to place the stop loss underneath technical support. And what I mean by technical support is areas of support and resistance. And so here's an example of that. This is Open Door Technologies, ticker symbol OPEN. And as you can see here, the stock was trading as high as $22 in May. It fell as low to $14 right here, and then it bounced back up to $18. It then came back down to $14 again, and it basically bounced off $14 about 2 or 3 times here over the next few weeks. It then ran up back to $25 before coming all the way back down to $14 again, closing at $14 on Friday, opening right around $14 on Monday today as I film this video, and now it looks like it could be bouncing off $14 up to $14.94 as I take this screenshot. And so we have very, very clear technical support for Open Door Technologies at $14. So if I was going to enter a position into this stock, I would probably set my stop loss at $13. That gives me enough room where if the stock comes down and tests $14 tomorrow morning, and it tests 14 and it drops just below just for a couple orders, it's probably not going to fill my stop loss. However, if $14 completely breaks down, the stock will probably fall below 13, and that will exit my position and kind of limit my risk and prevent me from losing any more money. And so it's kind of a touchy subject with regards to where you place that stop loss. If it's a more volatile stock, you want to give it more room, but if the stock is trading in a sort of narrow band, then you can set a tighter stop loss. And so for us in this stock, in this scenario, feels like $14 is holding up pretty strong. I would set my stop loss at $13. And then, like I said, for every trade, you need to have a plan. Part of that plan is a take profit. And so for me, I would set my first take profit target at around $18. The reason I would set it at $18 is because you can see we got up to around $18.46 right here in June, and then we got rejected, came back down to 14, and it looks like we tested this 18.45 level again right here in August, and we got rejected. And so in my mind, that 18.50 level is probably the next level of resistance, and so I want to take profit before we get to that level, or at least that's the level that I want to watch very closely for converting my stop loss into a trailing stop loss. So that is my strategy, and when we look at the math behind this trade, we can enter the stock at $14.94. We have a stop loss at $13, and we're looking to take profit at $18. That gives us a potential profit per share of $3.06, and that gives us a risk to reward ratio of $1.94 of risk and $3.06 of profit, or a full risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1.57, which is actually a pretty healthy risk to reward ratio. My minimum is about 1.5. I won't usually take a trade below that, and if you can get any higher than that, especially 2 or 3, that represents a fantastic opportunity. Now, here are the steps to setting the stop loss. First of all, you need to just do your technical analysis and identify levels of support and resistance. Once you have those set out and you think that there's a trade there, you need to mark your stop loss and your take profit. What are the major levels of support and resistance that are probably going to affect this stock, and what does the trade look like for you? Once you have your take profit level and your stop loss on the chart, you need to calculate the risk to reward ratio of that trade, and you need to see if it fits in with your trading strategy. Maybe you can handle trades that are a 1-to-1 ratio, or maybe you're super choosy and you only look for trades that are a 1-to-3 ratio. That kind of depends on your personal trading strategy and how you manage your trades, but these principles are pretty much universal no matter what. And once you find a trade that meets your risk to reward ratio, then you can either execute the trade, or if it doesn't meet your ratio that you are looking for your trade, then you need to move on and you need to find a new trade or put in some alerts so that when the trade comes down to the levels that you're looking for, then you can make an entry. Now, when it comes to the stop loss and these risk to reward ratios and these trades, it really just comes down to simple math. And so if you think about it, if your risk to reward ratio is 1-to-1, so for every dollar that you're gonna lose equals the dollar that you are going to make, that means that you have a 1-to-1 ratio. And if you can make trades like that, if you made 100 trades, you would only have to be right on 51% of those trades in order to be profitable. Now, if you up the ratio and you only trade trades that are a 1-to-2 ratio, well, that's even better, because you only need to be right on 34% of those trades to be a profitable trader, meaning that you can lose more than half of your trades and still be extremely profitable if you can control your risk to reward ratio. If you go to a casino right now and you play roulette and you put $1,000 on one of the roulette numbers, they're gonna pay you out 35-to-1. However, the casino knows that there's 38 little numbers or options on that table, because there's 36 numbers and 0 and 00. So your odds of winning are actually 1 in 38, which means the casino only needs to win 92% of the time to be profitable. It's the exact same math. It's the exact same ratios that a casino uses. It's the exact same math and ratios that you need to use. And to prove it to you, here is the win rate in order to be profitable. So if you risk 2-to-1, you only need to be profitable. Like I said, 34 to 40% of the time would make you a profitable trader. If you're a 1-to-1 ratio and you're 50% profitable, that would mean you break even. If you make 51% profitable trades, then you would be a profitable trader. But here is the math behind who is a profitable trader and what their risk to reward ratio looks like. And if you can control these two factors and you can understand and document these two factors, and you can know that you're a profitable trader, then all you have to do is scale up. Now, if you are looking for more help to scale up, then definitely check out my Stock Market Fundamentals course. It is completely free and I walk you through everything you need to know in order to get to that point, including more about the risk to reward ratio, the technical analysis, and how to read company documents. So if you get any value out of this video, please consider checking out the course. There's 10 hours of content that's completely free for 2 weeks when you sign up with the link down below. And if you can cancel your subscription in under 2 weeks, you get the entire content package for free. There's over 9,000 students, over 340 reviews, and I promise you it'll be well worth your money and well worth your time. It's hosted on Skillshare, and the link is in the description to this video. If you get any value out of this video, remember to click that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Good luck trading. Good luck investing, and we'll talk to you soon.